So, hi, Ms. Cloudfelter.
Good afternoon.
Did you have a good day today?
Pretty good day.
Good. I just wanted to meet with you briefly today to kind of see what are some concerns you may be having in your classroom.
Well, my main concern is this group of students who really have difficulty completing tasks in my room. And as a result, the grades are really declining because the work is not getting done because the students can't stay on task.
Okay. So, I just want to clarify.
Ms. Young,
You
please
have a group
contact
of
the front
students
office.
that
Ms. Young.
are having a difficult time completing assignments and
Yes.
staying on task, and
Yes.
as a result, it's affecting their grades.
Drastically.
Okay, so basically, have you kept up with any data of any sort?
I have. So
Okay, what
I
data
have a
have you-
checklist
Okay.
that's divided into all of our subject areas Monday through Friday. So a day at a time, the students have a chunk where the first block is math, and if they complete their math work, they get a check. If they complete the next area of reading, they get a check, and so on for all the subject areas.
So, in analyzing that data from the daily checklist, do you feel like the checklist is beneficial?
It has not been, and I should say the checklist was divided into the sections based on subject areas, but also what I was asking my students to have complete is only 2 out of those subject areas, which is less than half.
Wow.
So no, the results that I have seen are not good. The students have not completed. There have only been maybe 5 times in a 6-week period where they've completed 2 checks a day.
Okay.
So no, it is not.
So
It is not
basically, you
beneficial.
feel like it's not beneficial at
No,
all. You
it has
feel-
not worked for this group of students.
Okay. So why do you think that it's not working out?
This particular group of students have such difficulty with impulse control. They are so impulsive that they just cannot stay on task. And I've seen that in different areas, whether it be talking to another student, suddenly the student is telling that student to be quiet, just kind of just random things that they should be thinking about, but they're so impulsive, they're just shouting them out. But also with work, it's more if these students decide that they want to go do something else suddenly, when everybody else is seated, and it may even be during a test, and the students are all completing a test, and those students suddenly decide they want to get up and go do something else. It's total impulse control, and there's a lack of impulse control in my class
So
with these students.
So just so I understand, basically these students are unable to complete their assignments because of their lack of focus and impulse.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily that they don't want to complete it, but more or less they just have a difficulty focusing.
It is totally that they are having trouble focusing. As a matter of fact, I'll even say one-on-one to these students, you know that you need to complete, it was a test on Friday, you know that you need to complete this test. Yes ma'am, I do, and you know that they want to. It's a complete, they just can't do it. They just lose focus and decide to do something else.
So are there any periods in the day where they complete assignments more so than the other? Like, are they completing it more so in the mornings in comparison to the afternoons, or?
Okay, I have noticed that there are, this particular group of students, they may have an interest in math, and my first block is math, so that block is completed. That's my morning block. I have seen a trend, not a good one though. It wasn't, it didn't last, but some of the checks were in the morning that were received, from the data that I collected. But, some of it, I would say, is probably a result in maybe those students enjoy math more than the end of the day, which is writing, but I still think the biggest factor is the impulse control.
So in terms of like other areas within the school, say in specials, do you feel like they're able to complete tasks and to stay focused in specials, or?
Most of them, I would say the structured special classes, like art and music, somewhat music, this group of students tend to get in trouble in the classes that have more structure. So like our science lab, where they're sitting and they're doing, even if they're doing hands-on, those students are still getting in trouble because they're supposed to stay in their group. If it's PE, I never hear anything about that group of students getting in trouble.
So it seems as if, just so I understand correctly, that your students, if it's a structured situation, they're having difficulty focusing
Yes.
and completing tasks.
Yes.
But if it's any, situation where they're able to move about
Yes.
and interact more so, then you have no issues.
Correct.
Okay. Why do you feel like maybe you could do to help them?
Well, I think that we need to I need more strategies to help with the impulse control with this group of students. Just maybe instead of giving them the block of, this is during our math rotations, this is what you need to complete. Maybe I need to have a strategy that would be, when you complete the first 10, I need to see it, and have something that's maybe less, so that I can watch those students more intently than I would the average student.
So basically, you would chunk their work, if I'm understanding
Yes,
correctly,
that might be good.
and
Yes.
have them where they can bring it to you and have maybe more opportunities to be successful.
Yes, because they need to feel, and especially this group of students really want that. They're trying so hard. It is truly that they can't do it. I mean, it is so obvious that they are really having difficulty staying on task.
So maybe if we try chunking their work within the next, say, week or so, and
Yes.
see how effective that is for them, and then we
Yes.
can come back together and kind of discuss that.
Sure.
Does that seem like a plan?
Sounds like a great plan.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
your help.
Alrighty.